G'day guys, welcome to Rumble's Fish Room. So today is a beautiful day, but I've got a not so beautiful problem. You guys know about it. You guys are no stranger to this. We've got a problem with the Waterfall tank, this one right behind me. Now let me show you the problem. Alright guys, so I've shut the door so you guys can have a look. Basically this tank isn't on the water change system, and I've been doing vacuums once a week on this. So this tank gets cleaned more than any other tank in my fish room / shed. And this is the dirtiest tank in my collection. So basically you can see down there's just so much crap. There's actually no fish in this section here, so it's doing that same thing that the pond does in there, how like it creates a section of collection, and like it's just a mess. Ignore the algae. The algae is not my worry. For anybody who doesn't know, I don't really worry about algae. If anything, the algae takes nitrates out of the water, so I just let it ride. If it becomes too much on the front glass, I'll clean it, but like algae on the back glass and that, I generally don't clean it. Look, these two are having a go at each other. They're not friends, but they don't hurt each other, so I've been leaving them together. Sometimes you'll find that with flower horns. Like you're pretty sure they're not going to hurt each other, but I think this boy might be a bit too young for this girl. This boy is actually probably like 6 months younger than that girl. Believe it or not, you wouldn't know that by looking at them. But anyway, so the first problem I've got here is I don't think there's enough flow. So I'm actually gonna cut that tube down there and show you guys how much flow there is on this tank, so you can actually see it. Alright guys, so I cut this pipe shorter, and you'll see here there's only like 1,000 litres per hour flow up here, which technically that is close to enough for this tank. The reason being is there's 3 filters, so even though it's only 1,000 litres per hour, it's got a 3-stage filter, so the tanks are only like 100 litres each, so 1,000 litres per hour is actually enough, if that makes sense, because it's kind of like ×3 in a way. But even though it's enough for the biological situation, it's not enough for the flow situation. I'm going to try get some more flow on this, and I've got another pump here, but it's smaller. I might try and run these pumps in series. Has anybody done pumps in series? Let's see if we get more flow, hey? Ideally I would like to get a DC 5000 pump for this. I love the DC pumps, and the fact is that I could turn the pump up and down to suit the flow that I wanted. There is another option that I wouldn't mind doing. See how the water flows in and then into the filter? Not that you can see through this glass very well. I wouldn't mind... Why is the camera not focusing, guys? I need to go through and change the settings. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. I wouldn't mind changing the filters to the outlet side, so that way when the water falls in, it like washes the bottom, but I would need to figure out how to modify these barrels, these buckets, to fit on that pipe there. It would be quite a extensive job, but it's definitely at the top of my to-do list, I think, because it's clearly not working the way it is. Alright guys, where do we leave off? So now we need to plumb this pump into that pump. That one there has got nowhere to plug in, but this one here, I should be able to get that white hose onto there and then the black hose onto there. So let's try that. Alright guys, so I've unplugged the pump. So now we take it out of there. I don't know what... So this is a 2,000 litre pump, but the head height is just crazy on this. So this is only a 1,000 litre pump, so I'm gonna have to make a bit of pipe to adapt to that. That should fit in there. Alright, so I just need a little piece of pipe to reduce that to fit on there. I kind of wouldn't mind the big pump after the little pump, but I've got no way of adapting that end there. So we're just going to have to go with big pump to little pump. It shouldn't matter too much because we're just trying to battle the head height here. We're not actually trying to create a whole lot more flow. But let's see how we go. Alright guys, so I'm just putting a little bit of heat into this adapter piece that I've cut so I can get it on here. So that goes on there. Then that goes on there. Man, that's not going to come off when it cools down, that's for sure. I might do the same for that hose there, get some heat into it, and then I'll get back to you guys. Alright guys, it's an ugly piece of machinery we've got going there. Unfortunately, it just is what it is at the moment. Yeah, I just can't really afford the pump right now. Maybe when the members' money comes through this month, or what's the date? I don't know. Anyway, next lot of members' money that comes through, I might purchase a replacement pump for these. I just can't really afford to buy a new pump at the moment. But it's all about innovation, isn't it? So let's plug it in. Alright, so I'm not sure where that water's coming from. Oh, that's coming out of the little hole for the air line. That's just because of the head height. So let's check out. I can already see the flow's way more. Let me plug that hole and I'll take the camera off the tripod and we'll have a look at the flow. Alright, so I plugged that hole. I haven't actually checked this myself yet guys, so this is the first reaction for both of us. Alright, so I reckon we've doubled that flow. What do you guys reckon? Is that double? I kind of want to cut a bit more off of this pipe. The other thing, I reckon we could get a bit more flow if we had a bigger elbow on that. Instead of, because this is only like 12 millimeters and that hose is 19 millimeters, so I don't know if that's restricting it a bit. That's definitely way more flow. I'm going to cut this a bit funky and I'll get back to you. Alright, so I cut it. So I cut like a piece out here. So it's still got the hook so it can't fall off, but the water's actually coming out above the water level to get a bit of oxygen in. And also now the water's like flowing on that angle. Should make a difference. You can see it's kicking up that, what do you call it, thing that should be here. The what's the name of it? I can't remember. Wow, I just lost them. The suction cup divider. Divider clamps. I don't know. What are they called? Suction cup. Wow, what a blonde moment, guys. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend blondes if blondes are watching. But what a silly moment. Yeah, suction cup divider, I'm going to call it. Might be something different. I kind of want to vac this tank now and see like what we get for the future as far as clarity. I need to find a girl for here, so that there's a boy there. Wouldn't mind putting a girl next to him. We've got no shortage of girls to put next to him. The only problem is that's an F2 boy. I need an F3 girl, so I really need to get one of the Thai silk girls out of there, because those Thai silks are the F3. Actually, I've got a nice F3 girl to put next to him. I'll go get her. Alright, so I've got a short body F3 girl here. She's a bit black just because the tank she came from had a black background. She does lack a bit of red, but he's got some solid red on him, so it will be a good pair. So that's a F2. No, sorry, I've been saying it wrong. That's a F1, F2, so that pair will create F3, and that's also F1, F2, but they're opposite, so the female's F2 and that one, the male's F2. Check it out, guys, we're getting way more flow. Can you see the bubbles actually flowing through out of the filter now? So there's definitely, I reckon I doubled the flow at least. I definitely want to get a DC 5000 on here. I will probably only run it at 3000, but I like to buy a bigger pump and have the room to grow. But even 3000 with like a 7-foot head height, probably 5000 pump will only make 3500. So I might use all of the 5000 if I get one. But anyway, guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like the wacky technical videos, also drop a comment or give it a thumbs up. I really like doing videos like this. This was completely spare of the moment. We've made a better environment for the fish that I have, which is always my goal. I always want to make my fish happier, and now we've got massive flow on the fish that needs the flow, that has got gill damage. And from what I'm told, number one thing for the gill damage is flow, so we've ticked the box there. If you're not subscribed, guys, hit that little red button and you go into the draw for the chance to win a $200 Amazon gift card. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.